Welcome to another episode of Dear Ficomm. Today we're talking about the number one thing advisors should be focusing on. Yes, that's you, if you're looking to drive organic growth. So we were recently challenged during a presentation to hundreds of advisors. What are the top 2 mistakes you see advisors making in your work? And episode 22, my most recent episode, was about the first thing, and today we're talking about the second thing. In no particular order. They're both incredibly important. So if we have not met before, my name is Carolyn, and I am VP of Consulting and Innovation at Ficomm. I work day in and day out with financial advisors on their growth strategy and execution. So last video was a piece kind of more focused on the execution side. Today is a strategy, number one thing to be focused on. If you have a growth question, please submit it down below. I think today's video is going to prompt a lot of questions in folks, so do not hesitate. We love offering these videos. So what is the number one thing you should focus on if you're trying to grow the firm? There are a few things, right? Strategy isn't just made up of one decision, but if I could only pick one, Candace and I agree it is a diligent, persistent dedication to understanding your ideal client better than anyone else. So we often encounter this conversation where we'll say, okay, who's your ideal client? And financial advisors say, oh, I know them. It's this person. They are this age. They are in this life moment. They have this amount in the investable assets and maybe a job, part of their job title or something. This is a good start. But what we always point out is you've described them on paper. You've described some facts and numbers about them from a business viewpoint. But what we challenge you to do is know the person. Know how they see the world. Know what they look at online. Know how they're feeling day in and day out about their finances. Know their hopes. Know their fears. Know how they take their coffee. Know what they're doing at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. Know what they're doing at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday when they sit down on the couch after a long day. You must know your ideal client and ideal prospect through and through. And specifically, it's not just thinking about this. Write it down. We challenge every advisor to have a documented one-page profile of your ideal client's demographics in maybe 1/10 of the page, their psychographics, their worldviews, their lifestyle, anything else beyond those things that you find important, write it down. Okay, so documenting it is the first step. But also, I often think of, when it comes to executing this, people will ask, how do I know? Like if I'm just starting to expand my understanding of the person and knowing them so in detail, how do I begin to know? When we work with financial advisors through this in our Advisor Accelerator program, we have them interview top clients. So you sit down and you write down names of 5 to 10 clients that you would love to replicate again and again, that if you're growing your business, you would love to get more and more of these clients. Write down their names and then you interview them. So in the accelerator, we give advisors literal interview questions, but you can come up with them on your own as well. Ask them, what do they look at online? What content do they look at? What apps are they using? Are they using social media? How do they get their news? And if they say, oh, I get my news on this website, you could say, what specific pieces have you seen recently? How have you felt about some of it? And then also you move into, what would you like to hear from me? Once you know their reality and what they're looking at, you might say, I'm looking to expand what I communicate and how I communicate with clients. What would you appreciate from me? And they might say things like email. They might say things like, I'm on LinkedIn. I would love to see you on LinkedIn, or I would love to attend virtual events. They might start to brainstorm with you about what they like. And this is an important step because when you ask your top clients, you will likely be surprised by some of their answers. And then you can base your growth decisions on reality, not theory. It's not some esoteric a thought exercise that is kind of ungrounded, unfounded. Instead, knowing your top clients like no one else and making all of your growth decisions based on their reality, you are setting yourself up to attract more people like them. And lastly, I would always say, once you have your ideal client, it's not just about knowing them and documenting them and interviewing top clients. It's then every day, whenever it comes time to send an email or to create that event, you're not thinking, how do I do this the right way? You're thinking, what does Judy want? What event would Judy love to attend? Or this email is going to appear in Judy's mailbox on her phone. How can I serve Judy? What will she love to see? How short should it be? Should I do this or this? Just think of Judy. Think of your ideal client. Make every daily decision for them. All right, as I said at the start of this video, this is probably something that's going to create a lot of questions in your mind. So as you think about applying this to your situation, please send us a question. Show us your website. Show us an email campaign. Show us a prospect deck. Anything you'd like. And show us your LinkedIn page, right? Send us anything you're working on. Tell us about your ideal client, and we will love to give you recommendations in a Dear Ficomm episode coming up. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today and look forward to seeing you in the next one.